Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back with more Supergirl, the 100th episode, actually. So that's gonna be interesting. I was wondering when that was gonna be because I didn't have the countdown, and makes sense with Mixie Spitlick because I mean anything can happen and we can bring back anybody. So this should be an interesting one. I don't know, especially with Mixie. I don't know how this is gonna be. How's it gonna go? I have no idea what this is gonna be about. So last episode though, we dealt with right, I forgot for a second, but we dealt with Toyman again, and afterwards Wynn took up the name Toyman, which is really cool. I'm glad he's gonna be using the name and making it, something for him instead. But Wynn went back, but I mean with Mixie Spillick, maybe he'll be showing up again. I don't know, who knows. Brainy, because Lex he of course planned this whole thing, with Toyman adapting the code and installing himself into the DEO servers. He had Brainy copy the code and send it to him so that he can essentially live on forever. Use the code himself, obviously, and either combat Leviathan or join up with him. I mean, who knows exactly with Lex. Well, Alex, that's right. Alex quit the DEO, so she's gonna be probably working with Jean more for the most part. Brainy's become director, so he'll have basically more freedom to do whatever Lex needs him to do, what he asks of him. I'm really worrying for Brainy though. I'm hoping because now he doesn't really have those really close to him with him at the DEO. I don't know if Kara's still going to be there because she was mainly there because of Alex, but he won't have to worry about keeping secrets. Like, he's not worried about being being found out. That's basically it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this 100th episode.
Okay, I only took on that other form and sophisticated accent to impress you, but it worked. You caught me. Tricked me.
No, I followed the rules.
I could send you back in time.
Oh.
Wouldn't you like to be able to tell Lena that
That's
you're
not a good idea.
on your own terms?
Before we do this, Mixie, I need your word that if things go sideways, you'll put it all back to normal.
I am court-ordered
to
do so.
Going back to normal.
Now.
No, we were just gonna...
So.
Oh!
Where'd they go?
Oh, they're in their happy place.
Magic rules.
Magic rules!
Alright, so how does this work? When Lena told me that she knew I was Supergirl, she was furious.
Yeah.
She said I made a fool out of her.
Uh-huh.
She was humiliated.
Okay, so we're looking for a moment where you made your best friend...
I like him.
feel like a big dumb idiot, yeah?
In so many words.
Okay, well, we have an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
God, I hate flying. Ugh, this is awful. I'm awful.
You're awful. I was just agreeing with you. I would never say that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I would never say that.
Oh my God.
Whoa!
She went to see
Sam.
So, Kara is Supergirl?
Why would you tell?
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. My head's kind of spinning.
You know what? Maybe we should shut this off, huh?
No. Lena saved me the first time. She might hate me,
Oh.
but she'll save me again.
She wants to, but she'll never make it in time.
She wasn't there. Fa. Well, let's not solidify that one.
That was horrible.
Obviously, you don't want to stay dead.
No.
Yeah, well, preferably not.
Killers are coming. We have to get you somewhere.
Okay.
Skip forward.
Skip.
This is when I have to tell her. So,
Okay.
beat me up, Mixie.
You don't have a catchphrase? We'll work on that. Girl power. No.
No.
My friend came to me.
And now we can move past it and work as partners.
You expect me to be your partner after this?
Dang,
When all
Lena.
you've done is prove to me that you can't be trusted at all.
Well, Beck.
Oh no.
Else
I
fun.
forgot.
Yeah.
The world killer started in the eclipse that day.
So you forgot the eclipse, and you also forgot the kryptonite bomb. You know what? We're not gonna rely on your memory anymore for maybe like big important details. Just saying.
But I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive myself.
You know it's okay to mess up, right? No matter how many mistakes I've made, you have always forgiven me. You should know that you deserve the same compassion that you show others.
You did it! You saved Sam!
Yeah, I did it without kryptonite.
No!
No, please. Come back to me, Sam.
Mixie, they're all dead. Please get me out of here.
Only months after publicly declaring their partnership, the formidable duo of Supergirl and Lena Luthor have already cleaned up National City's criminal element. This pair is literally unstoppable.
Mixie, can you please take this seriously?
Take it seriously, because every party needs a pooper, and that's why we invited Kara.
Really?
Okay.
Miss Luthor,
Oh no.
Oh God.
Is that Lockwood?
Lockwood.
you knew my father, Pete Lockwood.
You're Ben.
And if you have issues with the culture for how I suggest you take it up with Colville.
Oh no.
I already have.
Maybe we can show this to Lena instead.
My greatest fear just staring me right in the face. I have to save Lena. I have to, but if I tell the world who I am, then I put everyone else I love at even greater risk.
Don't worry about the rest of us, okay? We're gonna be fine. No, Lena is the one that needs your help right now. We can take care of ourselves. Because you taught us how.
Hello. I'm Kara Danvers. Some of you may know me as a reporter from Catco Worldwide Media, but I am also Kara Zor-El of Krypton.
Maybe we should skip ahead to the ending?
I don't know what happens.
After Supergirl's identity was released to the world, Agent Liberty and his followers targeted each of Supergirl's friends, including her former employer, Kat Grant, one by one. There were no survivors.
All right, enough. Stop. I don't want to see anymore. Please turn it off, please. It doesn't matter when I tell Lena the truth. It always makes things worse. You know what? No thanks. Nope. I don't need to see it. Can you just snap us out of here, please?
With pleasure.
They can't. Oh crap, why? Why did he go with her?
Can't feel the fifth dimension at all.
Citizens, you are out after curfew in defiance of Luthor law.
Oh. Oh no. Lena, what have you done?
This world sucks!
Nia! Where have you been? Jesus.
Lena tapped into the fifth dimensional energy to use it to power her police robots.
And as long as she's harnessing the fifth dimension, then you can't
How?
access it.
I worked at Elcor for about 2 years before Lena found me out. We caught a criminal. He didn't have a name, but he had a hat that you could pull anything out of.
Oh, hey,
Buddy
hat.
of mine, I lost that hat to him in a poker game. That hat contains a lot of fifth dimensional magic.
Oh crap. Brainy, no! Ugh.
Or die!
It's Nia.
Oh, did she have a scar?
You
Jesus.
don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to. But I think I will enjoy it.
I'm sorry I wasn't there when it mattered. So am I.
She turned her into a Metallo. Come on.
Dreamer, do it now!
Fix Brittany! Sorry, Sam. Come on, hurry up!
We're home.
This is why we don't mess with time. Should have learned that from Barry.
Before I met you, I was pretty lonely, you know. And in that pain, I would tend to sort of force myself on people, and out there with you today, saving the world, I felt like I was liked for being me. I felt like I had friends.
Forgive me or not, that's your choice. Just like it's your choice to work with Lex. I'm done blaming myself for your bad decisions. You're accountable for your own actions. If you decide to forgive me, I will be there for you. But if you continue to work with Lex, if you go through with whatever it is the two of you are planning, I will do everything in my power to stop you. Just like I would any other villain.
What is that smile? Guys.
Guys, you've been with me from the second I became Supergirl. And that means the world to me.
Sames.
Back at you.
Oh, my aura. Oh. Stronger together.
I want some of that.
Potato.
Nia? Or is that Mixie? My bad, I'm stupid. That's an actually relatively nice ending. Okay. Well, that's a first in a while. It ended, I mean, apart from the kind of departure she had with Lena away, the setting the stakes, you know, the relatively calm and kind of happy ending, which is not something we have gotten in a while, to be honest. It's always a cliffhangery, or there's something that's like, oh my god, something's gonna come of this. So, man, what an episode! What a 100! That was a really cool 100th episode. I really like. I wasn't sure exactly what Mixie was gonna do, like maybe bring people back, and I don't like. I figured it was gonna somehow help her change, but I didn't know like what his method was gonna be. But that was kind of cool. Like basically looking at it. I mean, she participated, like he put her in the moments, but like they were to watch it and then they could solidify it if that was the way she wanted to go with. That was a really cool way to go about it. Like not cement it right from the get go, just like basically a what if kind of scenario. That was really cool. Tragic all endings, but I mean it was cool to be able to do that. We got to see basically everybody that we've had throughout. Well, except for Kat, we didn't really get her. Like there was a picture of her, but she wasn't really in it. But we saw Mon-El again, which I mean was to be expected, considering it was 100th episode. I didn't know how they were gonna he was gonna come back from the future or anything, and if Win. I mean we had to have Win back. I mean no, we just had him like the past 2 episodes, but I mean it's the 100th episode. We have to have Win somehow. So I wasn't sure if he was gonna come back with Mon-El. If Mon-El was gonna come back, I mean I would assume he would. I didn't know. It's like what Mixie was going to do to bring him back. But it was he basically came back in 2 different scenarios. It was, well, so did Win. It was, the one where apparently he didn't go back because of the pestilence. He didn't go back. He was with her whenever they went to go talk to Sam's mom. Everything looked like they were going to go relatively okay, with the fact that Lena had made the gun to take out Rain. I don't know about Sam, but Rain at least. Like she made it to take out Rain. I mean, probably to stop Sam if like the worst case scenario. And she had taken her out for a little bit. Sam kind of came too, but then Rain got control back and killed Lena. And then Mon-El, out of anger, he took the weapon that she had and charged at her and killed her, but she killed him as well. So, I mean, things just kind of fell apart at that point. Fell back for the I know Rain. Well, I was gonna say Sam, but Rain is the one that killed Sam's mom, and at least she had survived in this one. But I mean, she would. That's not really something a mom would have wanted to be alive for, to see their child be killed. So that whole scenario was just not great. Like, I don't know if it was the worst. I mean, obviously the last one we saw was the worst, but still, it was definitely, they were all not great. I think the one that was like the least terrible was, I'm trying to remember what happened with, I already blanked on the first one we saw. Oh yeah, she went to go talk to, that's when she went to go talk to Sam. And she wasn't able to make it to Kara in time to give her the what is it they did exactly? Did they give her they gave her the suit to keep her alive long enough, right? I think it was, yeah, I think she made the suit to yeah, it was to protect Kara while they found a way to disperse the kryptonite and everything in the atmosphere. But she wasn't able to get there in time because she was with Sam in Metropolis. So that little change, that was probably the least catastrophic scenario, and which ended in Kara's death. So, and I felt terrible for Alex in that scenario, having to have lived with Kara, having to see her die. She was with her that whole time. And then the next one, I think that was when what was it? No, that was the next one was whenever that ended with the Mon-El and Lena dying, as well as Sam. Let's go to the beginning real quick because I'm jumping around a lot. But I like that they did address that Mixie wasn't, he didn't look the same. But I mean it's a fifth dimensional being, can make himself look however he wanted. I kind of forgot to really put that in. But they showed it, and he was basically saying that he made himself look like that and sound like that to impress her. I really like this Mixie Spit. I liked him a little more than actually the other guy, honestly. I wasn't overly fond. I didn't dislike the version of Mixie Spitlick, but I liked this one much better. He was much more entertaining, and I felt like a little more charming too. And he also was not as much of a jerk as he was then. But one of the things I liked a lot was just like this, like whenever they were watching it on like the film projector, and they were like kind of sort of cuddled together. He was like on her shoulder and kind of like crying, kind of like it was like a dramatic rom-com kind of thing. Even though like right after, like during the scene when Alex was at Kara's grave, and it was like a really sad scene, but Kara was obviously very emotional about it, and so was Mixie. But like that moment, just it was more kind of humorous than like that scene with Mixie and Kara. That was more humorous than the actual scene, obviously. But I liked what he brought to the episode, what this version of Mixie did. And he couldn't use his powers when she used his name backwards back in season 2. He couldn't use his powers anymore unless they were to help someone or help those that he had wronged. And she was apparently the last one. So it's been since season 2, so about 3 seasons now. So it's been like a long time. I don't know how long that would be for him, considering. But it's been like 3 years, and he had also, by I guess their law, he had to give her a tape recorder of his name backwards, which would send him away. Which I thought was funny. She played it. I don't know if she played it to check it out or if she played it to specifically send him away. But I thought that was funny. And I was worried for a second that maybe we were gonna get Alex and Sean, but because whenever he sent them away to basically paintball, that was so funny. It just shows Jean at first, and then he gets hit by a paintball, and she comes in saying magic rocks or magic rules or whatever, and then they just went with having fun while Kara had went through this kind of traumatic ordeal kind of a thing. But she learned from it, that she needed to not blame herself, and just like it may have been her fault, but she needed to move on because honestly, every other outcome was worse than how it is now. One even ending in her death. And I love that whenever they moved from the film projector, he went to like basically the mix flicks, which is just I love like the different like methods they use to just kind of showcase like basically the one that it would look like more the CWF, the kind of almost like fourth wall breaking kind of a thing. Since he's a fifth dimensional being, he can do a lot anyway. Even going so far back as to using cassette tapes, which is I guess their last ditch effort, which kind of put them in the worst case scenario. I'm wondering why he went with her because I don't think he went with her the other times. I'm just curious as to why he went with her. I mean, I know it was for the plot so that he couldn't just pull her out, but still, I don't know why he went with her. Maybe I guess this version, like the cassettes, were like maybe that method he had to go with her. I don't know, but because he went with her, he wasn't able to use his abilities. I wasn't sure why. I was wondering because maybe Lena somehow like when she mentioned about first she's saying that Supergirl was seen and then she was seen with a fifth dimensional being, so that she was aware of the fact that there was a fifth dimension. So I was wondering maybe she found a way to nullify his abilities, but it was because she somehow tapped into it to power the Lex suit or those suits and the Luthor suits, I guess. I don't know, but the Hope suits. I don't know why she'd need them because I mean Lex doesn't use that to power them up, and she made the AI herself, so she could just put the AI in the suits, kind of like how Tony does that. But I don't know. In the one where Kara basically told Lena from the very beginning. At first, I kind of still think that she maybe should have waited until they actually became close friends, because she was able to do that on her own before telling her she was Supergirl. So maybe get to the point where they became close friends, and then she could tell her, so she could show her just how much he trusted her at that point. I mean, but I was gonna say, it worked out, for the most part until Lockwood came into play, which, by the way, was really cool having Sam Witwer back. He was really great last season, even though his character was not a great person through circumstances. But still, it's always a treat to see Sam Witwer in anything. But that whole thing went to crap. For the most part, it was showing how things were basically almost the best outcome that it could be. Them working together, they were able to stop the event that happened throughout the past seasons. Since Brainy didn't stay, I'm assuming Brainy didn't stay. Lena's the one that made her new suit, and apparently her new haircut became a thing, like a newsworthy, and people were wanting to copy the hairstyle, even though the hairstyle's been done before. But I mean, it's Supergirl, so people don't want to follow that. And then Lockwood shows up. Apparently, his family were in the cult of Rao. So, yeah, I was surprised to see hit that guy again. Because he died in the third season, I'm pretty sure. Because after Supergirl, after he stopped following her, he centered it around Rain, which screwed him over. I mean, he basically, I don't know about redeemed, but he made up for it, I guess, in the end. But shush you. But apparently that cult became even more of an issue, and bringing in Lockwood's parents or Lockwood's family, which is surprising considering how against aliens he was before. But obviously this group of Rao, the cult of Rao, had a different effect. I mean, probably Supergirl too, and because of that, they jumped off a building because they believed that Kara would save her, that Supergirl would save them. But it means she can't be everywhere at once. His son jumped off was it their roof, or he jumped off a building, and he wasn't there. She wasn't there to save them. So yeah, obviously that drove Lockwood off the rails, and it pushed Kara to reveal her identity to the world, which, I mean, Wynn said that they could protect themselves, which I figured that they would be able to. But Lockwood tracked them all down and apparently killed them all. Which I'm surprised he was able to, sort of, because, I mean, Gwen and the rest, and Jean and Alex and them, you know, they're working at the DEO. They have all this tech, but then again, Lockwood does have Lex's backing a bit. So I mean, who knows what he was able to do? But I don't know. I still feel like they would have been able to survive. But god dang it, that's one of the worst. That's like the second worst scenario, basically, where all of her friends die. All the ones that we have grown to care about, they're all dead. And then we see basically what Kara was worried about, how, like Lena knowing her identity put her life in danger, which is kind of what people, an argument is like, why didn't you tell this person? Because stuff like this can happen, you know. I mean, granted, it's not usually worldwide that they work together. Sometimes, like if you have a friend, you know, if the superhero or whatever in question has a friend, and they tell them their secret, usually they're not going to be seen like working together because they're not somebody who has the reach that Lena does. But still, I mean, if someone were to see them together, maybe they find out that they, for some reason, are close, that could put them in jeopardy. So, but that kind of validated Kara's argument in terms of her wanting to protect her in the first place. But unfortunately, Lena just can't see that right now. And then in the last one, obviously the worst one, Lena, was basically the villain. It was kind of Lex's fault, but because Kara and Lena never met, they never became friends. She wasn't there to protect Lena. So I guess Lena, I don't remember exactly whenever Lex tried to assassinate her, tried to take down her chopper. She was injured. She left for 2 years and apparently came back, killed Lex. And then somehow, I'm assuming whatever she did to kill Lex took out half National City with them. So, and then she went forward with basically ruling over the city, and I don't know if the world, but at least National City, what was left of it, using the Hope bots. And Nia, apparently, I'm assuming the rest of the group have been in battle with Lena since then, because I mean you see Lena with the scar and then everybody else in the tower hideout. But it sucks seeing Brainy, you know, being turned like that. I don't know how Lena was. I mean, I guess maybe with the fact that she could tap into the fifth dimension, she has to have some other kind of sway over technology, some other kind of knowledge. But so she was able to realign him and made him more kind of like not like Brainiac, but just obviously not on our side. And I don't know, I don't know if they would have survived. I mean, I don't remember exactly how it ended with Brainy and Nia in their fight, and then also Alex and Kelly. I don't remember if they showed it from then, the result of it, but Jean had to, with Monel's help, he had to kill Sam using the staff that I think they destroyed in the end. I don't remember for sure. I don't think they did, actually. I don't remember. But in this, they had the staff and they used it. Monel brought it to Jean to use it on Sam, which unfortunately had to kill her. But luckily, that reality didn't solidify. So, and then also when she was injured, apparently her mom pulled her body from the wreckage and experimented on her. Jesus Christ! Basically made her a Metallo, which she was set on killing Kara. Like, she wasn't letting up. The only reason Kara got out was because of Mixie. You know, they found the hat. He was able to tap into that energy and was able to pull them out. So, I mean, basically we could just see like the worst case of what Lena could be. Hopefully we won't go towards that route. At least with Kara kind of coming to grips with the fact that she can't sulk on she can't obsess over what could have been, like what she could have done differently. She's gonna have like that, all that is in the past, you know. She needs to deal with the consequences and keep going. And now she's confronted Lena, saying that if you choose to forgive me, then I'll be there for you. But if you continue on this path with Lex, if you continue to work with him and go with whatever plan you guys are working on, she's gonna do what she can to stop them, like she would with any other villain. And that's exactly what Lena has been fighting against. You know, she's not wanting to admit to herself that she's basically acting like a villain. And you can definitely see how it was affecting her, that Kara's not necessarily given up on her, but she's stopped blaming herself, and she's not going to keep groveling at Lena and begging her to forgive her. She's just gonna, you know, whatever Lena decides, it'll be on her. You know, she's telling her that you're gonna have to take responsibility for your decisions from now on. I'm not gonna keep trying to get you to forgive me. I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was really good for the 100th. We got to see everybody. I really liked seeing Mon-El and Win again, even though we had him 2 episodes ago. But you can never get enough of Win. It's good to have him back. Good to have Mon-El. It was cool to see Sam again. Good to see her, even though it was kind of for a short time and the majority of the time we saw her as Rain, which wasn't great. But I mean, it's cool to see the actress again. I do kind of wish that she had stayed. She was really fun. I like the friendship that they had, and maybe with Sam being there, then Lena would at least have that to lean on. Like she'd have that friend to kind of make her realize what's going. Like because she didn't know about Kara being Supergirl, so having that maybe Sam would have been able to pull her from the path that she's going a little bit, or make her realize what she's doing isn't right. But yeah, now we're just gonna have to deal with from now on going with again the rest of the stuff that we were dealing with. This didn't really have much to do with what happened last episode, or you know, any of the consequences of Brainy becoming director, but Kara more so Kara coming to grips with herself and realizing that she can't dwell on this, and she's gonna have to keep moving forward and, you know, deal with Lena, you know, with how everything presents itself. So. But guys, for now, that is it for this week's episode of Supergirl. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified hopefully whenever the next episode comes out. And if you want to support us, go and check out our Patreon. We get access to all early access to any character series that we have. Link for that will also be in the description down below as well. Again, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys next week.